I'm the Alchemist Astrologer, and this is your June forecast for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon. So for the month of June, I'll be looking at your major love lesson and the 3 most significant dates of the month. Now, these may not necessarily tie to romantic love. It could be a relationship where you're closely involved or intimately connected. So the love lesson for you centers around the Star card. For some of you, this may be a strong tie to an Aquarius person. This may represent a friend, a girlfriend, an advisor of some sort, or perhaps a healing agency. There's a strong focus on your partnerships, and you're very future-oriented right now. And there's a measure of uncertainty about your circumstances. It could be that you've experienced, a string of setbacks or losses or disappointments or challenges that you've had to face. And now you have to bolster yourself and rely on faith and the hope that things are going to work out. And it's likely that during this time, you're also being guided. There's a divine connection. So you're looking at the future, you're not sure of what's headed your way, but you do know in your heart of hearts that there's a transition about to take place. And so it's best to look at the lessons of the past experiences, the silver lining, it's trying to find the good, the essence of things that have occurred to gain some understanding, to prepare yourself for this future. It means seeing things clearly, where you've made sacrifice that just didn't pay off because you put too much faith in something, or where perhaps you need to apply yourself a little bit more. Now, your affirmation card is some flowers are only meant to last for a season. Now, again, this gets back to that transition. There's a change taking place. You had an experience, and perhaps it has now served its purpose. That could be a relationship, a situation, a circumstance, whatever that is. You know what it is, and you know that the shelf life is near expiration. Now, the important dates for you are the 2nd, the 4th, and the 13th. So let's explore these dates to see what's going to happen. You have on the 2nd of June, the Ace of Cups and the 8 of Swords. So you may be sharing your feelings. In fact, you will probably feel compelled to share your feelings. This could be a very emotional day for you, where you're dealing with issues perhaps of feeling trapped, feeling stuck. Maybe there's a project you want to get going on, but you don't have any real ideas. Maybe you've hit a stumbling block, a creative block. Or perhaps, this has to do with a space, a limited space, whatever that may be. You may feel boxed in physically, emotionally, financially. You feel trapped. But this is more of a mindset than anything else, because there is an opening that you could freely walk through. Perhaps you are blind to some information or blinding yourself to the truth. Maybe you're not aware of your own capability. But there is opportunity for you to break out of a constricting, refining situation. Now, on the 2nd, it's likely that you're going to have some last-minute notice about something. Maybe some extra work or something that causes you to have to make a shift, an adjustment, a change in your schedule, your strategy, your mindset, a situation. And the first impulse is you're going to probably be annoyed by that. Again, there's some emotions taking place here that are very peak. So for some of you, this thing is going to fall in your lap, something you didn't see coming, a situation you couldn't control, and you're going to have to immediately get on board and make those adjustments. This is not a major card, so that's going to be a passing frustration. But this does indicate some kind of test, obstacle, or challenge that you're going to have to face, and perhaps your ability to influence others. Maybe you're trying to get, a monkey off of your back, some kind of dilemma that has been plaguing you for forever. Or maybe there's a situation where, you're trying to, feed somebody something, get them to eat out of your hand, buy into something, or vice versa. This may have to do with intimacy. So it could be, your room is small, or, you want to make some changes in your bedroom. But this is really about intimacy, connecting to somebody on a deeper level where you grow physically and emotionally together. So you may be having some deep conversations, or you may feel like those are being held back. You may feel like you're blocked from any real intimacy with another person for whatever reason, or they may be telling you that, or you may feel like you're trapped. Somebody is trying to manipulate you emotionally or sexually. And again, maybe this ties to a friendship, whether you're on the same terms. Maybe this is a relationship and you want it to grow in a particular direction and it's not. Or maybe you just don't share the same ideas or ideals about what intimacy is. Because this is about, thinking on the same terms, being of like mind. So it could be that something that you've been holding back, you share it, and as a result, you gain greater intimacy with someone. Or you feel trapped, and it's because you don't share the same views. Which that may be the case because you have this card. Seriously? So you are having to deal with something. Again, and I said there's something that fell into your lap that's frustrating, came at the last minute, the last notice, and you're having to make some changes. And you're probably not happy about that. Or somebody is saying something or not saying something, and you're really questioning the merit of that. Now on the 4th, you have this 7 of Cups and the Justice card. So maybe you're hoping for a decision. Maybe if something was blocked, somebody wasn't saying something, now you're hoping for that decision, or somebody's hoping that you will make that decision. For some of you, there may be a tie to a Libra person. There is confusion. There may be a decision because there are a lot of options available, a lot of options on the table. Maybe you're making a mundane decision. Maybe you're shopping. Maybe this is about luxury items or a creative project. If you're involved in something like a project, maybe you're very focused on, maintaining harmony, beauty, and balance in a situation or a project, something that you are producing. Maybe this ties to art or film or photography or your voice. For others of you, this is difficulty choosing between two people because one of you has a lot of options. You are having to examine your conscience right now. And if this is about, excessive spending on something, you may be taken to task. Maybe you're being accountable for how you are living your life, whether that's spending a lot of money or using drugs or alcohol or sexual activity. You're trying to restore the harmony and balance with yourself and between others. Now, you may find yourself in a legal situation. Maybe there's some measure of confusion. Somebody has to make a decision. Maybe it's a judge or someone in authority. There's something illusionary about your circumstance. It's a decision. This card ties to mirage. And we know a mirage is something that looks good from a distance, but when you get up close, maybe it's not even there. So there's a decision about whether something is solid or reliable or it's just an illusion. Now, again, maybe you've taken care of something or had something arrive at the last minute that has you changing your schedule. You're having to readjust. Maybe you're having to rethink what your priorities are, where you want to put your energy, your money, your time, where you want to invest. Maybe you're spreading yourself too thinly and always coming up a day late and a dollar short. So you have to look at whatever circumstance you get that feeling in. Maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your financial situation or work, your home life, whatever it is. You're having to look at the validity of choices to see which one holds the most value. And this may also tie to seduction. So again, this may be, maybe you're seduced by luxury items or goods, you spend too much money. Maybe you are seduced by the available options to you in the choice of partner. Maybe you find a new person intriguing and you can't decide whether this connection really has value. But you could be playing the role of seducer or seduced. There's something that you find intriguing, that you're attracted to. And maybe, you're not quite open about this, or you're in the shadows waiting, or someone is waiting for you. So you're having to make a choice. And maybe this is about renewing. Maybe there's some feelings coming back or renewed that you had put away. Maybe you feel that you've recovered, or there's a transformation taking place in your attraction or connection to something. You may have to make decisions, though, about debts. Maybe, you're trying to gain your sense of peace by purchases. So whatever this renewal is, you have to see if it's something positive or negative. Well, you have this card, you know better. So there may be something that you're doing or someone else is doing, and deep inside you know that it's not right for you, or that it's not appropriate, or it's not the best course of action. You may get a sense of renewal from walking away from something, making the best choice, or feeling as if you know the best choice to make as opposed to someone you're involved with. So you know better. Now on the 13th, you have the High Priestess and the Page of Cups. So there, again, more decisions that are based on your feelings and perhaps some shifts in those feelings. Maybe this is a decision concerning children, or how you feel about someone or a circumstance. Now, there's a shift. Some matter has been moving in a particular direction, and now there's a change of course, a change of plan, maybe because of something that came in at the last minute. But there's a decision, and you're going to have to decide whether you want to get involved or not. Perhaps you're having to really rely on your intuition, but you're going to have to make sure that it's not your emotion driving the decision, but it really is true intuition. If you don't have the information to make a decision on this day, you may be connecting to someone in the know, someone within an inner circle that has some inside information, because something has not been revealed yet. Now, for some of you, this may tie to a friend. A female friend may be platonic in nature, because usually there's an element of celibacy or singleness connected to this High Priestess. So it could be your feelings about being celibate or single. Maybe you're trying to determine when the time is right for you to be intimate with another person. Maybe there's been some blockages, or you've been holding yourself back to do this check-in with your feelings. So at this point, by the 13th, you're going to decide whether you want to move forward, that this could become something deeper, or you may be feeling like continuing on this course would be a mistake. This is about gaining some kind of knowledge. There's an offer. So you become aware of some kind of offer, or you make a decision to offer something. So the High Priestess says that you're having to deal with the behind-the-scenes influence, whether that's in the physical world or your own internal makeup. You may be dealing with issues from the past. Maybe you're too logical, too analytical. Maybe you have some preconceived ideas, biases, notions, prejudices that drive your decision. So you have to examine that and, be wise and detached. There is some opportunity. This offer's coming up. Maybe it appears golden, but you're really having to look at what the strings are. What is connected to this opportunity, and do I want to buy in? It's likely that your relationships are undergoing some kind of change, and you're having to reevaluate something, whether this is a promise that was made, a goal of some sort, an objective. There's something that you're having to rethink. And maybe, you're getting some advice about that, or you're offering that, or you're going within to make a decision. And it ties to perhaps coldness. And again, you have intimacy on the one hand, seduction, and then we have this high priestess who's very detached, a celibate nature, maybe experiencing some frigidity. Maybe your feelings have gone cold in a situation, or someone else has. Maybe you feel rejected or left out in the cold. Maybe a relationship has cooled off. The feelings just aren't there. And so you're trying to sort something out. Maybe you're trying to figure out what is really truth and what's fiction. Maybe that's sorting it out by getting some advice or some information, listening to your intuition. Or maybe, if this is a creative situation where you want to offer some kind of service or a project, maybe your imagination has run cold. You've run dry of something. So you're trying to sort something out, whether this is just a fairyland situation. Maybe you reject something that appears that is not stable. Maybe you're telling somebody, hey, you're in La La Land. I'm going to put a deep 6 on this. This is not going to work for me. You're making some kind of decision, and it's an important one. Now, your advice is, do you? So it looks like you're looking at something and really questioning the motivation or motives, intention of something or a circumstance, and feeling like you know better. You need to follow your course, whether that means you've strayed off your moral compass or you just have more information. And by the end, in the 13th, the decision is you need to do you. Do it your way. Some things aren't meant to last for forever, and if you have to walk away, so be it. So you have this 7 of Swords, opportunity and dream. Maybe there's some kind of opportunity tied to your dreams. This may be to relocate. Or perhaps, it's unrealistic to think that you can do all these things. You may find yourself going back and forth, errands, whatever it is, and realizing you're overloaded. You don't have your priorities in order. For some of you, there's an opportunity where you are feeling fluctuating emotions. There may be a hidden element to it. There could even be some kind of deception. Now, maybe this is a secret love affair, especially if you were trying to choose between two people, or somebody had a lot of options, or they didn't want to step out of a situation. You may find that you're the liaison between you and someone else. You may be the middle person connecting to other people, or somebody may be connecting you with someone. You have to decide if you want to open up this door, though. This is an opportunity for some beneficial change, provided that you make the move. You take the opportunity. So it's you're the one who's in control. Now, maybe there's an opportunity to get away with some kind of deception. Maybe you're trying to hide something. Or maybe you need to be careful about opening the door to something where you're going to be taken advantage of. Maybe you feel like something is unrealistic and just a waste of time. So you're having to really look carefully at a situation, because whatever's driving events during the month of June, integrity is key. And either you're going to be scrutinized, or someone else for their sense of integrity. So there could be some lies, deceit, deception, trying to pull something off, trying to, fly under the radar, trying to go incognito. Or again, maybe this is just you're relocating, you're going back and forth, trying to come up with some answers and make some decisions. So you know your story best. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notify bell button and leave me some comments. Let me know what happens to you during these important dates.